and welcome to the Hoop Well. This is the Hoop Well Unwind, which is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my name is Nicole Stevenson. I am a HoopYogini certified instructor, master trainer, and the director of student success. Thank you so much for joining me for the Unwind. I want to tell a little bit more about who I am and what I'm going to do. So, I know I already shared that I'm a HoopYogini certified instructor. So I have been certified since 2013. I was the first ever certified instructor. And I also earned my Stretch and Strengthen certification, which is like the level 2. So that's some more traditional hatha yoga postures using the hula hoop as a prop. And just being a hooper that likes to do yoga and dance, I started to use the hoop for other things as well, just like many of you. So I started to, between some of the Stretch and Strengthen postures and some of the Spinal Awakening series postures, discovered and unlocked some plyo-inspired movements. So I have a challenge coming up with HoopYogini through HoopYogini called No Challenge, No Change. And not only is that very plyo-based, but it's to challenge you, your whole entire body with exercise, which is going to help to change you, to change your whole life and your mindset. All right, I'm going to set up the room for the practice, and I'll just narrate what I'm doing to bring you on this journey with me. So whenever I hold space for myself, whether it's just my own practice, or if it's a class for others, even if it's with children, I try to always light a candle. So I'm not sure you can see me. Yes. So in my back corner of the room, I have my little altar, and I will light my candle to get it started. And on my candle, I have carved my intentions for this lunar phase, and I like to light it with matches. YOLO! Whenever I light a match, I have to say my word of the year from Create Your Word through HoopYogini, and my word is YOLO. And I thank Father Fire. I'm going to bring the candle back to the altar. And from the candle that I lit, I will light up some sage just to get the aroma for the space going. Oh, you know what? One of my dogs likes to come in and eat the sage when I'm not in here, so I hide it in this closet behind all of us. So I like to always not only light the candle, but light some sage or incense, because those are things that make me happy within my own personal practice. And it makes everything seem so much more special and much more of a ritual than just exercise. So I like that element. And because I want us to get right to our practice, I'm just going to very quickly go in a circle around my space from the north to the east, to the south, and the west. And I'll just place it down here while it burns so I can continue to enjoy that aroma. So I have my hoop on my yoga mat, and we're going to start in a heel sit. So finding your center spot or wherever you would like to be, coming down to a heel sit. The hoop is already around me, so if you don't have your hoop yet, bring that right around center. And the hoop is going to just rest on the ground in front of us as we extend our arms, palms facing in, fingertips touching the hoop, letting yourself adjust here. It should be a nice comfortable heel sit that has some energy and intention, so your legs are touching and you are very upright with your head, neck, and shoulders. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can make a modification, which is to sit in easy seat or crisscross applesauce. So I'm going to be in the heel sit, but if you need to do that easy seat, cross-legged position, you can do that. And if you start in a heel sit and then need to make that modification as you practice, that is more than okay. So just connecting with the hoop, closing your eyes, letting your breath flow in and out. You have made it here to your mat, to your practice. Good job. Still with your eyes closed, letting your breath flow, your own internal rhythm, begin to slowly walk the fingertips on your hoop even more so you can get a grip of the hoop, holding the hoop at 3 and 9. Continuing to breathe. With every inhale, pulling the top of your head up towards the ceiling, and with every exhale, bringing your shoulders down and back. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to root. With your exhale, letting your mouth open, making audible exhales out. One more, just like that. With your next inhales, you're gently opening your eyes, bringing your gaze to the hoop in front of you, looking right at that 12. So if your hoop is a clock, you're looking at the 12 or at your knees. Continuing to breathe your own rhythm. One more breath. Bringing your gaze forward so you're able to see the screen. We're going to explore the spiralization, so embodying and using the circle of the hoop, the shape of the hoop, to guide us. Flowing our own breath, just begin to softly and gently circle the hips, as if the hips were a paintbrush inside the hoop, painting the entire hoop. You're going to have all the bristles of your paintbrush painting inside of your hoop. And we're still in this heel sit, we're not elevated yet. So that might feel different to you. If you're not able to make the movement big, that's okay, it's a very small movement. And now bringing attention to the breath. When you tuck forward in your rounding, you're going to exhale, and as you pull back, the back part of your circle, inhale. Nice, one more circle. And now circling right from the solar plexus, from the belly button, circling our belly to that same direction. And then when you're ready, connecting that same breath, the exhale forward and inhale back. As you're spiraling your solar plexus or your belly forward, pull your belly button to your spine and really engage your core or your mula bandha as you circle. So moving that solar plexus. Now your solar plexus is that paintbrush. Whenever it feels like a challenge, just connecting to your breath, exhaling to come forward, inhaling to pull back. Nice, one more circle. And now let your chest become the paintbrush as your heart center. That's going to circle the inside of the hoop. Just, I'm going to change the breath here. Inhale forward, exhale back. One more circle in this direction. And then change directions, circling your chest the other way. This direction is trickier for me. I really need to tap into my breath and imagine the paintbrushes on my heart center, on my heart chakra, really painting the front side, back side of the hoop, front side, back side. One more circle in this direction, and then bring it back to your solar plexus. Now your solar plexus is circling around, painting the inside of your hoop in that reverse direction. My reverse direction always feels very bumpy, very rigid, very maybe like triangular in a way, where my natural side, my comfortable side, feels very circular. So you might have those same discoveries or feelings, and that's okay. It's good to acknowledge them, but not let them define you or your movement. One more circle this direction, and then bring the circle back to the hips. Now returning to our original breath, the exhale to tuck forward and the inhale to pull back. So now your hips are paintbrushes again, painting the inside of your hoop all the way around. And if your movements and your breath don't link up with what I'm cueing, as long as you're breathing and moving, that is the most important. Nice. One more circle in this direction, and then bring yourself to a still point, to your center point. Inhale, lift the hoop up. Exhale, let it return to your center. Again, if at any time you need to go into cross-legged or easy seat, feel free to do that. We're doing breathing lifts while in a heel sit. So inhaling to lift the hoop up. Exhale to let it come back to our center. Checking in with our posture. Always, when we inhale, lifting up from the top of the head, and when we exhale, pulling down from the shoulders. So your inhale lengthens you and your exhale roots you down. Inhale your hoop up overhead. Exhale, bring your shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, lengthen from the fingertips. Exhale, reach over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach over to the left. Inhale, center. So flowing with your breath. Every time you come center, checking in with your shoulders, making sure that they're plugged in. One more in each direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring your hoop back down. Inhale, lift the hoop up overhead. Life is awesome. Exhale, oh yes, it is. Inhale, lift up the hoop and shout, life is awesome. Oh, yes, it is. One more, life is awesome. Oh, yes, it is. Inhale, lift the hoop up and change your grip to an outside grip. Nice long fingers. Now squeezing your palms inside the hoop. Inhale, lengthen from the fingertips. Exhale, bring your shoulder blades down and back. Inhale to shine your heart center forward, take a little back bend. And exhale, rounding forward into a cat. Inhaling to lift up into a little bit of a cow. Rounding forward for our cat, meow, and lifting up and arching back, moo for the cow, meow, and moo. Oh, one of my dogs is howling at that. Exhale, forward, inhale to rise and to lift, exhale, round. Inhale, rise. Always squeezing into the hoop when you rise. One more cat. Meow. One more cow. Moo. Nice. Returning the hoop in front of you now like it's a giant steering wheel. Where are you driving? Where are you going? As I drive my yellow hula hoop with this yellow tapestry behind me and the yellow wall behind me, I chose this yellow hoop because it's Wednesday, the color of the day. So breathing your own rhythm. In the Waldorf philosophy, there's a color for every day, and Wednesday is yellow. So, but a yellow hoop with a yellow background, hopefully you all see it or know it, imagine it. So now allow yourself to drive with your steering wheel, taking a little bit of movement from your body, rising up off your heels as you're driving your steering wheel. Let yourself come all the way up, giving yourself a little bit of a break, and then sitting back down on your heels. I got a little adjustment in my knees there. Breathing your own rhythm. You're doing a great job steering your ship. Where are you going? Maybe you're going to Lake Champlain. Maybe. All right, and then just Slowly bringing your hoop to a still point, bringing back to an inside grip. So now your palms are pushing out and your thumbs are down, letting the hoop come in front of you. Inhale to prepare, exhale to open up to your side arc, inhale, open up, and then exhale, come forward. So we're doing a heel sit around the world. Exhaling forward, inhaling to open. Next time you're forward, change direction. One more. And then bring yourself back to your steering wheel. Let the hoop flip off your body. Bringing your hands in front of you, tuck your toes, push back into downward facing dog. Ooh, my socks may make this tricky. In this downward facing dog, allow yourself to have a little bit of a shake going on. Just bounce your booty, bounce the sweet meat that you have. Just let it shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Take another little breath, or a big breath. And then let the shaking come to a still point and walk your hands to your body. Bring your hoop with you as you're walking your hands to your feet. However you grab it and access it is perfect, and that's what's meant to be in this time. Inhale, look in between your knees, and exhale, let the top of your head drop down to the earth. Ragdoll or forward fold. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly roll up, restacking each vertebrae one at a time, letting the hoop come with you. I personally have to make some adjustments. I don't know if you do as well. We're going to be standing a little bit more, so I'm taking my socks off so I can safely grip the floor, and I'm going to move this sheepskin out of the way. My apologies, and thank you for bearing with me through that. Bringing feet to hip distance, holding the hoop in centered pose, rocking and shifting your weight in your feet. Letting yourself breathe, that nourishing breath. Every inhale lengthening from that top of your head, and every exhale relaxing and rooting down. Slowly bring your rocking to a still point, rooting down in the tripods of your feet. Connecting to breath. Now you're standing. You must feel so tall. You're reaching to the stars, reaching to the almost full moon. Every inhale, pulling your breath from the tips of your toes, letting your breath travel all the way up your body. Checking in with all the parts of your body, noticing what you notice. That just felt so good. I had to just make a sound. Do what feels good to you in this moment, in this time. Inhale, widen your stance, toes still pointed forward, and let yourself have some upper body spinal twists. So still holding the hoop at 3 and 9, twisting just the upper half of your body. So you're really holding your hips still, and you're imagining wringing out your core. So you're exhaling to twist and inhaling center. And engaging the Ujjayi pranayama breath or fire breath really helps to empty your stomach and wring out that core. You can go as fast or as slow here as you would like. Now deepening your twist, letting the opposite foot twist and rise to the ball of the foot to protect your knees. Now letting your hips go along for the ride. Exhaling to twist, inhaling center. I also take a little plie, which is just a little squat. You can feel free to do the same, or you can keep your legs nice and straight. I'm having all sorts of snap, crackle, pops. Maybe you are too. Just allowing one more twist in each direction, but instead of stopping abruptly, just let your heels plant down or root down, and let the twisting go back, return back to just the upper body, and have the twist become smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller until they come to a still point. Inhale, lifting the hoop up. Exhale, bringing the hoop down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 is the magic number. Inhale, letting the hoop rise. And exhale, return. Checking in with your feet, making sure the toes are pointed forward, having a slight external rotation. Having a wider than hip distance stance is what I was meaning to say. So my feet are wider than hip distance by, what's comfortable to me. If you were to ask me what hip distance is, this is what I believe it to be, because I have, just like many of us, a really strange idea of what I think hip distance is. But, a comfortable wide stance, holding the hoop at 3 and 9, taking little hip ticks side to side, tick, 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 tick. So moving the hips left to right, kind of in that flossing position. Starting off in a nice comfortable pace, breathing our own rhythm, shaking our booty, seeing how much speed you can add to these hip ticks. Tick, 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 tick. Make it shake. Releasing it, all the tension. Jiggling and shaking is good. That's what helps us really get rid of lactic acid buildup and cellulite. Shake it. Now bringing your hips into some figure 8 circles. So you're circling, bring back, circle, bring back. I think of it as a figure 8. You might think of it as an infinity symbol, or just 2 hula hoops next to each other. And breathing the rhythm that feels good to you. Figure 8, figure 8, figure 8, figure 8. Nice. And seamlessly, without stopping, going into your natural direction, begin hip circles. Round and round. And I personally had to check in with my toes to make sure they're pointed forward. What's comfortable to your body is to have a slight external rotation here, you can. That just might mean that your hips are a little tight, but trying to keep the toes forward. Now, exhaling forward, inhaling back. And seamlessly, without stopping, letting the circling continue now from your solar plexus. What is that like? Standing. It's so different standing, isn't it? And for this one, I'm inhaling forward and exhaling back. So it is a changed breath now that it's above the waist. Into that solar plexus. And seamlessly, without stopping, let the circling come from the chest. And for this, I do like to lift the hoop up to the chest, because I'm imagining that I am painting the inside of the hoop with my body. Beautiful. Next time you're forward, change direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. I do like circle the hoop a little bit too. This could be like a fun new dance move that you bust out. And seamlessly bringing it to your solar plexus. Wow. Wow, body and brain. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And And now your hips, so seamlessly, or as seamless as can be. As I told you, in my reverse direction, I feel very triangular and not very circular. So that lets my body know that I need to work on it so it doesn't feel prickly. If I want it to feel like gravy, I need to work on it. Now returning to the original breath of the exhale forward, inhale back. One more circle, and then returning to centered pose. So heel toeing your feet in so they are hip distance now. Closing your eyes, connecting to your breath. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to plug in the shoulders. Breathing from the tips of your toes. From the nostrils and the toes all the way up. Letting your breath travel to your crown and recycle back down through your body and into the earth. Inhale, lift the hoop up overhead. Exhale, open your eyes, flip the hoop forward. Let the hoop rest in front of you like it's a ballet bar. Now, continuing to breathe your own rhythm. We're going to use the hoop like it's a ballet bar, so you might need to, depending on the size of the hoop, you might need it to be closer or further away. My hoop's relatively small, so I'm going to have it be just a little bit in front of me, maybe like, a foot's distance away from me. And I'm going to just pick a foot that I want to use first. So I'm going to use my right foot first. So my hands are both kind of at the 12, if this was our clock, our hoop was our clock. And I'm not gripping it. I'm just gently placing my fingers and my hands there. But whatever you need to feel stable and comfortable. So I've chosen my right foot. I'm going to put my right toe behind me. And I'm going to lift and lower that foot. As I lift and lower that foot, I'm going to imagine both of my hips still on the same plane, meaning that I'm not letting my right hip stack above my left. I'm keeping them on the same plane as I pulse. So you can take very slow pulses here, or you can go fast pulses. If you want to make it harder or more challenging for yourself, don't even touch the ground. Just keep pulsing back, back, back. You need it even more leveled up. Hold the hoop in front of you like it's a serving tray. Breathing your own rhythm. So again, you could still just be like tap, tap, tap. Or you could be tap, tap, tap. Beautiful. Let the hoop come down and keep that leg back there. Now in a warrior 3 or a modified warrior 3. Again, choose your own yogi's adventure here. So you can keep the ballet bar or the hoop bar, or you can hold the serving tray, or you can spin the hoop in front of you, or you can spin the hoop overhead. Yogi's choice for sure. I'm going to just rock this bar. Breathing my own rhythm. Ooh, my apologies, I lost balance there. And then I almost landed on my face. Great. And as you inhale, you're going to lift the hoop up overhead and keeping that right foot or whatever foot you've chosen, bringing that into a low or high tree. I'm going to rock the low tree today. So lengthening from the fingertips and the top of the head, pulling the shoulders down and back. Beautiful. One more breath. And then with grace and with ease, keeping the hoop overhead, coming back down to centered pose. Inhale, lengthen from the fingertips. Exhale, bring the hoop down. Every time the hoop goes up and down, it's like cleansing our body, cleansing our energy. Inhale, lifting the hoop up. Exhale, flipping it in front of you back to your bar. Now pointing the opposite foot. So for me, that's the left foot because I chose my right first. So I'm going to point my left foot, or tandu, to point my left foot behind me, keeping my hips on the same plane, doing whatever kind of arabesque kicks or arabesque pulses that you did on the other side. Maybe you did nice, steady little lifts. Maybe you were going really fast and not touching. Maybe you had the hoop tray. Always breathing. I like surprised myself right there because I just kicked the wall, which really shouldn't surprise me, but I surprised myself there. Kicking back. Breathing your own rhythm. And then with grace, as you fold your hoop up overhead, bringing that other foot into whatever tree you did on the other side, whether it was a low tree or high tree. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to root. Inhale, return to center. Lengthen from the fingertips. Exhale, let the hoop come down to seal in your practice. Bringing your hands to prayer, letting the hoop prop in between the V that your thumb and forefingers makes, letting the hoop rest at your heart center. I thank you so much for coming and experiencing a sample of my Plyo No Challenge, No Change series that will soon be available on HoopYogini online. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. May your practice bring you peace, and may you share this peace with the world. Namaste. Now I get to come closer and see the things. Thank you all for joining. Oh, hello, Bridget. Hello, Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining. Yay! All right, now you'll all watch me figure out how to end the live video. But before I do, yeah, okay, good. Those are all my notes.